Today we're going to talk about one of the most shocking, gruesome, and honestly kinda heroic stories in the entire animal kingdom. The story of the Pacific salmon, a creature that literally destroys itself to create new life.
You've probably seen those pictures, right? Salmon near the end of their long journey upstream. Their jaws are all hooked, their skin is practically rotting off, their eyes might even be gone. They look like actual zombies. So what's the deal? Why do they go on a trip that's so brutal it turns them into a zombie fish before they even reach the finish line?
All right, let's get right into it. To really get why they go through this insane transformation, you first have to understand the mission that's driving them. It's all about survival, but maybe not in the way you think.
So salmon have this genius two-part life plan. They spend most of their lives out in the ocean getting big and strong because there's tons of food. But the ocean is way too dangerous for tiny baby salmon. So to give their kids the best shot at life, they have to travel back to the much safer, calmer, freshwater stream where they were born. Think of it like a safe little nursery.
Okay, but wait. Finding one specific little stream after years of swimming around in a massive ocean? How on earth do they pull that off? Well, it's not luck. They have this incredible, built-in biological GPS.
It's this really cool two-part system. First, they actually use the Earth's magnetic field like a giant planetary compass. That gets them to the right general coastline, the right neighborhood, so to speak. But then, for the final turn onto their street, they switch to their superpower, an unbelievable sense of smell. They're sniffing out the unique chemical scent of their home river, a scent they memorized when they were just babies.
And get this system is ridiculously accurate. We're talking 90 to 95% of salmon find the exact stream they were born in. That is just mind-blowing. It's one of the most amazing feats of navigation in all of nature, for sure.
So, they've found their way home, and this is where things take a really dark and kind of shocking turn. The second a salmon swims from the salt water of the ocean into the fresh water of the river, its body basically flips a switch. It commits to a one-way trip, and there is absolutely no going back.
I mean it. From that moment on, they just stop eating. Cold turkey. Their only purpose, their only drive is to get upstream and reproduce. And the only fuel they've got for this insane, exhausting journey, their own bodies.
To make it happen, their bodies go into this extreme energy-saving mode. Anything that isn't absolutely essential for swimming and making babies gets shut down. The digestive system, gone. They start breaking down their own muscles and even organs for fuel. And here's the real kicker, their immune system just turns off completely.
Yeah, you heard that right. This is basically a form of self-cannibalization. They are literally carving up their own bodies from the inside out, turning flesh and bone into the energy they need to fight that powerful current.
And this is why they start to look like zombies. With no immune system to protect them, it becomes a total free-for-all for every fungus, parasite, and bacteria in the water. Their bodies are literally rotting and falling apart while they're still alive and still swimming upstream.
So, if decaying from the inside out wasn't bad enough, the journey itself is an absolute nightmare. They are falling apart while running one of the toughest obstacle courses in the natural world.
I mean, just imagine it. They have to launch their bodies up and over waterfalls, all while getting slammed against rocks and logs. And then you've got predators from above, like eagles, who are notorious for swooping down and just plucking out their eyes. It is unbelievably brutal.
And of course, the most famous obstacle of all, the gauntlet of hungry bears. The big, furry, final bosses of the river, all waiting to fatten up for winter.
But here's a wild little detail. Bears can actually be kind of picky eaters. When there are tons of salmon around, they won't even eat the whole fish. Nope, they'll just snatch one, rip it open to get to the good stuff, the high-energy eggs and the fatty meat, and then they'll just toss the rest of the fish aside. Which leads to this absolutely gruesome sight. Salmon with huge chunks of their bodies literally ripped out, still instinctively pushing their way upstream. And you have to wonder, how is that even possible? How can anything survive that? Well, a few key things make it possible. For one, unlike us, fish have very low blood pressure, so they don't bleed out quickly from a huge wound. The constant pressure of the water around them also helps to kind of seal the wound and hold them together. On top of that, their nervous system is just so laser-focused on that one mission that even after catastrophic damage, their bodies just keep going on pure instinct.
So after all of that, they finally reach the end of the journey. And this is where we see that this whole horrifying ordeal isn't actually a tragedy at all. For the salmon, it's a triumph.
So picture it. They're battered, maybe blind, literally falling to pieces, but they've made it home. The female uses the very last ounce of her strength to dig a little nest in the gravel with her tail. As she lays her thousands of eggs, the male is right there to fertilize them. And just like that, their life's purpose is fulfilled.
Within just a few hours or days, they die. But it's so important to understand that their death isn't a failure. It's the final, necessary, and successful step of their mission. It's the whole point.
This entire brutal process is really just nature's ultimate filter. It ensures that only the genes from the absolute toughest, most resilient, and most capable salmon, the ones with the strength and the navigation skills to actually finish this impossible journey, are the ones that get passed on.
The salmon's journey is just this incredible, raw display of instinct. It's a biological purpose so powerful that it demands the ultimate sacrifice. And it kind of makes you stop and think, doesn't it? What does it truly mean to live a successful life?